going to be getting into things. 10 contestants will enter, 2 will fall. We're going to keep it on going just for a little bit of fun to see who's going to be the last standing, and then we'll get into the 1 versus 1. So when we're all ready, we're going to be going in 3, 2, 1. Let the fight begin. We're going to be setting it off. East and west gates will sprawl open. Out of the gates early, breaking out to the side. Iced chases Jonah on the heels of Griffo, who goes straight into the waiting punches of Rat there. No food, no health buffs to speak of at the moment. So everybody just on an even footing here. Pancake and Griffo and Chris and Rat all have found themselves in a little bit of a free-for-all there in the sidelines. Jonah joining in as well. The Charmander skin fighting off against Ash for Rat. We'll see who's going to catch them all in the end of things. Of course, no one yet to fall. Still going to all happen off on the northern side of the arena. 6 people go towards, and that's somebody in Griffo slain very, very quickly. One after the other. That's going to be our 2 players eliminated, so our brackets are decided, but we will keep on going to see who's going to be the last standing. Ares and Lawless duking it out on the sidelines in their own little safe haven, as Chris and Brovis Stalin have a similar sort of situation going on between themselves, and the 4 other players all going back and forth. No one going down just yet, no one else. But we still have to wait for the rest of things, as the pairs are actually going to start to split off here, as they will come back, go back and forward, but Rat will go down. 8th place for Rat in the free-for-all. Another player falls. Lawless Bandit and Jonah falls as well, so we're down to just 5. Means no pairs are going to be going on. Pancake down to 6 hearts there. Looking to try and join in with a fight between Iced and Chris. Ares flying for the hills to try and stay alive, but straight into the rest of that melee is going to have to try and stay alive for just a little bit longer. Brosif, a little bit of a sneaky stealth play there, trying to hide, try and maintain some of that health for as long as possible as Iced goes down. 4 players standing now in the arena. Chris, Brosif Stalin going into a little 1v1 there as Pancake and Ares take their own. Brosif Stalin falls in the first 1v1, and Chris will now have to face off against Pancake in the final throws of this free-for-all. Who's going to be able to come out on top? Pancake was pretty low before. Chris looking to try and put the hurt down. Caught in the corner, and it's Chris, the popcorn gentleman, to be able to take things in the free-for-all. But we have our top 8 decided. The free-for-all has finished. Chris, the victor here, but he's still got a long way to go if he wants to claim that netherite chest plate. We'll be setting up the bracket shortly. We'll be getting underway with the fights in the 1 versus 1 phase. The brackets getting seeded here, so we're going to be looking forward to a matchup between Brosif and Pancake first up on the cards. That's going to be the first match. Second up, we'll have Lawless versus Iced, and then Chris versus Ares, and then finally for the quarterfinals it will be Jonah versus Rat. Now this counts as the quarterfinals, and we're going to be looking at the loadouts that we're going to be using for each of these stages. In the quarterfinals, it's going to be leather armor with protection 1 as the enchantment there. Wooden swords with knockback 1 and sharpness 2. So a little bit of extra damage and a little bit of space being generated there. And of course, the trump card here is going to be the power 5 bow. Each contestant will only get 1 arrow, however, because power 5, that's pretty hefty. If you manage to hit a max charge shot with that, that's going to do 15 hearts of damage to your opponent. So you've got to be careful for that. Obviously, it's mitigated a little bit by the armor, but still, that is a whole lot that you've got to be watching out for. So that 1 shot is all important. Not only that, you have a 25% chance to critically strike on that first shot, bringing it all the way up to 25 points of damage. Everyone has 20 points of damage, so as you all know, 25 being 5 greater than 20 would mean you're done. So we'll see if those are going to come into play, if you're going to be able to land those shots. It's going to be all important. First matchup on the cards, as we said before, it's going to be Brosif and Pancake. It looks like the contestants are ready. They are suited up. They've got their equipment all suited on. So we're going to be getting underway with the first of the 1v1s. Pancake, Brosif, ready to face the music. Let's see who's going to take it in 3, 2, 1. Let's start the first round. It's a best of 3, which means that someone needs to win get 2 kills against their opponent to start. Pancake holding back for now, charging up the bow. Max shot there, and it is traded. Neither lands, so we're down to the swords very, very quickly. Pancake trying to bide his time around the fences, but his head flies for the hills just a little bit. Is that an arrow in the foot? Hang on a minute. I think Broseph might have been able to land that first arrow over on a Pancake, and he's on the chase. Broseph wants to put that nail in the coffin, continuing to put the pressure on. Moves forwards, and Pancake falls. A nice bow hit decides the match there for Broseph Starlin. That's the first round going over to him. And we'll see if Pancake's able to make a comeback here. It's currently 1-0 to Broseph as he makes his way back to the eastern enclosure. A victor for now, but will that stay true? Pancake maybe looking to go a little bit more offensive there. What we saw was Broseph really actually going aggressive during that first phase of the first round and making sure that he was going to be able to land that shot. Took the angles nice and concisely. Was able to close down the ground. A Pancake, I want a little bit more bravery. Let's see if we're ready to go. The arrows have been restocked. Everyone is healed on up. No extra food. And of course, at the start of the round, I didn't mention it. Each competitor has 8 apples, so if they're able to get away, put a little bit of a gap between them and their opponent, they might just be able to heal up that little bit more. But we're ready for the second round between these two competitors. It's match point for Broseph. Let's get things underway in 3, 2, 1. Let's kick things off. The second round to start for the first match. Broseph, again, swings out wide. Pancake going in a little bit closer. Takes some high ground as well. Tries to reposition around the center as Broseph wants to land the shot yet again. It was the decider last time. Pancake falls away behind the terrain. Broseph, gap closing now. Up and over. Needs to dodge it. Will be able to get out of the way, but the sword hits land first for Broseph. Pushes Pancake back and again finds a second strike. But Broseph going blow for blow right now. It's match point for Broseph. He's able to win here. He's going to be able to get into the next rounds, but lands the next shots as apples consumed on both sides. Pancake wants to go forwards, wants to try and smack with the wooden sword, but I think he's on the back foot. You can see he's painting around on that little bit of terrain, the fence providing a little bit of cover, but he goes in, tries to go for the drop shots and able to manage to make it happen. Beautiful stuff there from Pancake, really utilizing the falling critical strikes. If you're falling while swinging your sword and you smack in the other player, that is going to be a crit with that sword. So beautiful usage there. Pancake able to bring things 1-1. We're all down to the wire to decide who's going to be moving on towards the semi-finals in this first round. Pancake and Broseph reloading. Arrows back into the inventories. And now it's match point for both of them. Broseph had the lead. It was squandered a little bit, but that's what happens in a best of 3. It's not all going to be sunshine and daisies. As we load up Pig Step into the jukebox, one of my favorite tracks on the newer Minecraft music tracks. Beautiful stuff. Pancake and Broseph looking ready, looking raring to go. And we're going to be kicking things off for the final game of this best of 3. Pancake, Broseph Starlin. You have one more chance to move through to the semi-finals. Let's kick things off in 3, 2, 1. Head into the arena as we are going to open the gates yet again. The lightning strikes, the fireball flies. Pancake around the side, this time making sure that he has those secondary phases of terrain covered. Broseph charging up around the central island there. Pancake darts from cover to cover, trying to bait out the shot. Knows what he's up against. Needs to try and get things done again. Ducks behind the cover, goes in, looks for the falling crit, lands it onto Broseph, finds another as well. Broseph now on the back foot. Pancake yet to use the arrow as well. And he is going to get a little bit more damage. Broseph caught in a corner and Pancake chases him down. Broseph falls and Pancake with the comeback victory. The reverse sweep is in and Pancake makes it to the semi-finals. Broseph, a valiant effort, but not going to be enough to cut the mustard. However, will be winning himself a nice enchanted trident for his troubles. Every quarterfinals contestant will be getting that prize locked into their rewards there. So not going home empty-handed. Pancake, though, moves forwards to the semi-finals and will secure himself that spot there to face off against the winner of our next fight. Of course, this will be another best of 3. Lawless Bandit and Iced Enderman will be fighting off against each other. And we'll see who's going to be able to take on Pancake in that first of the semi-finals. We've still got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. So now if you want to take a quick breather, I know I certainly do. I want to have a drink of water. Make sure you're staying hydrated, gamers. And we will be back and ready once these contestants are suited up, suit and booted, ready to go into the fray. All right, it looks like our next quarterfinalists are loaded into the lobby. Lawless Bandit takes to his side of the arena. Actually, I believe, one of the richest players on this server at the moment, and obviously the proprietor of this fine establishment in which we find ourselves. I've spotted him running around the server in full netherite armor. Very impressive indeed. Iced Enderman as well, looking to try and take the spot in the semi-finals. We saw the first best of three go the way of Pancake. We're going to be going into another best of three. It's the same loadouts, guys, so it's the same stakes involved. We are going to be getting underway very, very shortly for the second of the quarterfinals. We'll be ready. I believe Bro Team has given the go-ahead for the next round, and all the players are ready to go. So, without further ado, the second quarterfinal is ready to begin. Let's head on into the fray in 3, 2, 1. Let's start again and see who's going to come out on top of this. Of course, a new matchup. A new set of strategies got to be employed here. Iced Enderman goes windy, goes for a little bit of a serpentine around the cover. Lawless closing ground, moves forwards. Iced Enderman sails wide with the arrows. Lawless lands his and tries to make it work for him. Iced Enderman using terrain, trying to get the knockback, and will be able to land it. Crits found for both players now as they go back and forth. Iced Enderman really trying to take the hurt towards Lawless Bandit. Will be able to take him down in the end. A great start for Iced Enderman. 1-0 up in the best of three. Now it has to try and convert it. We saw how Brosif not quite able to do it in that first round, but we will see if he's able to get it done again. Nicely done there for Iced Enderman. Bows being a crucial decider so far, and obviously the use of the terrain there from Iced Enderman, very, very impressive, I have to say. Able to get those crits on the fall with the sword. It's only a wooden sword, but it does have sharpness too. Which means, of course, you've got to be chunking out 5.5 hearts of damage on a normal hit, 7.5 on a crit. So if you're falling, you're going to be doing 2 extra hearts on that damage. So we'll see just who's able to take the victory here in the second round. So when we're all ready, the arrows are back in the inventories. We'll see if they're loaded up yet again. We're going to be heading into round number 2 in 3, 2, 1. Let's kick things off for the second round. Is it going to be the clean sweep coming out for Iced Enderman? Is he going to be able to take down Lawless Bandit in this 1 versus 1? Moving forwards, Lawless Bandit stops short in the middle. Iced Enderman, given the old do-si-do, back to the Serpentine. The same tricks as we saw last time around. Lawless not going to be able to land the arrow, but charges it up, and again, sails just wide, needs to move it forwards, actually leaves his bow on the arena floor there. Ice Pancake, shooting the arrow, shooting the shot, now goes straight into loggerheads with Lawless Bandit. Iced Enderman seems to be able to put the hurt down, and that was clean from Iced Enderman, able to make his way forwards into the semi-final. Pancake will be taking him on. That's a guaranteed nether crystal, which is the prize for all of our semi-finalists moving forwards. Is it the semi-finalists? I think it might be. I think it might be a stage too far. I have to double check on the prizings. But fantastic stuff from Iced Enderman to put him into those semi-finals. We are going to be heading into the next best of 3 between Chris and Eris. That's going to be our next match. So, whilst you enjoy this short intermission, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more bloodshed. All right, we are back ready for the third quarterfinal here. I did make a little bit of a mistake earlier about the prizing. It is quarterfinal winners who get themselves the Enchanted Trident. And now the semi-finals ahead of us after we've got through these next two quarterfinals. That will be fighting it out for a Nether Star. And then the winner will be getting themselves a netherite chest plate. So some pretty nifty prizes on the line. We are ready to get underway with Chris versus Eris. So without further ado, we're going to be kicking things off for the first round of this best of three in 3, 2, 1. Let's kick it off. The next match will start, and Chris from the east gate will start to move on out. Bows being charged for Eris at the back. Chris looking to close a little bit of a gap, but it's very slow. It's very methodical here between these two players. They're both biding their time, and they are not wanting to make that first move. Sneaking around. No one quite going super aggressive. For the moment, arrows start to fly. Eris loses it. Chris loses it as well. Not going to be able to do too much for Eris, but I believe that was an arrow sunk for Chris. Hang on a minute. Eris just takes things down. Maybe he was able to land it in the end, and Eris able to win that first round of the best of three. Beautiful stuff there to be able to take that first point and put himself into match point. Arrow's going to be reloaded by Bro Team, flying on down with the gift of the Cheeks, who's granted him the power of flight for today's festivities. Fantastic stuff there coming through for Bro Team. Reloading the arrows. One more a piece, and they will be ready to get underway yet again. So quickly on to the next. I believe both of these players are ready. There's a creeper hanging around in the stands. I don't think he was invited, but he's here to enjoy it like the rest of us. If you're in the audience and you have a weapon, maybe you want to go and deal with that one. Fantastic stuff. But we have got a match to be getting underway with. Fair enough, Creeper. You're pretty excited. I'm excited too. Let's head into the second round. Eris with a 1-0 advantage right now to try and claim that trident. We'll head into the second round in 3, 2, 1. Let's pull that lever. He's not called Crunk, but we are going to be getting underway. A firework shot into the middle there. Chris and Eris, again, a little bit more aggressive from Eris. Swings out wide. Has been spotted out by Chris and will try and sneak his way around. Again, very passive play styles from both of these two players. No one really wants to make that first move. Very, very aware of the bow's power here. Of course, landing that first shot is super, super crucial. And if you're able to get it done, it's going to go your way. Eris, we can see that arrow not quite landing. Chris, still yet to lose his, looking for the shot, waiting for Eris to make the move. But we are biding our times. Chris not quite going for the arrow, and Eris not daring to cross the open ground between that central mound and the sidelines. Moving out to the side. Maybe wants to close down a little bit further. Has to make something happen here. Onus is on him, and again the arrow falls short, or goes a little bit long there for Chris, and into loggerheads they go. Eris lands a shot, lands two, but is given as good as he gets. And will go backwards and forwards. Who's going to fall first? As it is now just down to the swords. And it's Eris to find the second as well. A second clean sweep on the day. That's going to be Eris moving forwards. And he'll be facing off against the winner of our next bout of Jonah versus Rat. Semi-finalists decided, and only one more spot to move on forwards. Items being placed back in the chest. Now, for the semi-finals, after these rounds, we're going to be moving to a little bit of a different loadout, but we still have one more quarterfinals in that leather armor, in the enchanted wooden swords, as well as that bow. The bows don't change until the finals, and we've got a little bit of a trick up our sleeves for that one, so you have to stay tuned for that. Food reloads coming through. Jonah and Rat take to the enclosures, as we are going to prep the contestants for the next bout. As we're waiting for Bro Team's go ahead, we'll be on back with you when everyone's ready to go. Shout out to Streamer for taking care of the pillager. Cool. Yeah, I have no idea. There was a pillager in the stands, obviously wanted to join in. There was a creeper, there was a pillager. All of the mobs are excited to be here today, just like the rest of us. Jonah is loaded up against Rat HD. This is going to be the last quarterfinal match. We'll decide our semi-final brackets. as we're going to head into things very, very quickly here. Let's start things off in 3, 2, 1. The best of 3 gets underway. Jonah, Rat take to the arena. Are we going to see that passive playstyle that we saw in that previous match, or are we going to see something a little bit more aggressive? Rat lands the arrow on a bit of sand. That's not going to do the damage he wanted. Jonah has yet to use that all-important arrow, and Rat tries to close the distance. Jonah taking space in a very open part of the arena. Actually pretty intelligent there to try and force Rat to make the crossing, but they both go blow for blow as the arrow sails wide. Again, blow for blow as crits found for both of them. And it's even at the moment. Rat takes a little bit more damage there, perhaps than he would have liked. Jonah takes too much for his liking and will start to run for the hills. Pulls out the apple. Was trying to gap close just a little bit. A little bit of healing potentially on the cards for Jonah if he can keep that hunger bar full. Tries to get himself that little bit of advantage. Sprinting, starting to go forwards, but Rat puts that final nail in the coffin and will come out 1-0 up. Match point yet again found. And Rat will heal on up as he heads back to his enclosure on the west. Jonah now all to play for. As we are going to load back up, we need the arrows back in the inventory. 1 arrow apiece. Again, not really playing a part in that first round, but we'll see if they're able to land this time around. As we said, one of the major damaging weapons in these early stages of the tournament. It's so important to try and make sure you're getting the maximum use out of it to make sure you have that advantage. Move forward to the semi-finals, secure yourself that enchanted trident prize. And we're going to be getting underway with the next bout. They're all healed up, all ready to go. It's Rat and Jonah. Rat with match point. Let's head into the arena. 3, 2, 1. And we're all for a kickoff as the lightning strikes into the center of the arena. The fireball shoots up to the skies. Jonah this time swings out wide. Rat charging up the bow. Going to be able to hit it this time. Jonah takes a lot of damage from that. Nicely done from Rat. And immediately Jonah knows he has to land it. It will go back and will be able to land onto Rat. So we're even on the arrows. And Jonah stays alive in the tournament. Will be able to survive now. It's 1-for-1 and we're back into the fray. Rat versus Jonah once more. A brilliant turnaround there. Rat landing a really nice long-range arrow. But Jonah able to stop him as he pushed on forwards to try and press that advantage. Rat just take it away from him in the nick of time. And that's what we're talking about. The all-important arrows can make or break the round. If he had not have landed that arrow, that would have been Jonah done and dusted. But he was able to make it happen. Beautiful stuff coming in from the blue leather armor wearing contestant there on the eastern enclosure. Jonah is ready to try and take things back in the reverse sweep. Rat in the west. We are going to be getting underway with the third and final round of this quarterfinal to decide the semi-final brackets in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Jonah now needs to come out swinging. Rat maybe a little bit peeved about that last result and has been known to loose those arrows early. See if he can keep his cool this time around. Moves out wide, moves to the side. Jonah playing diametrically opposed across the arena, behind the fences. Rat takes a little bit of high ground. It's a little bit of an advantage, but you do expose yourself, so it can be a risk. And they are going to play a little bit more passive around the terrain. Jonah takes damage from the arrow. Rat doesn't, and now it's all to play for. Hang on a minute. No, Jonah still has his arrow. I believe he's still got his bow in hand. Not quite loosing it. I have to try and keep track of that, but Rat HD wants to close the ground. Maybe Jonah did use that arrow up. Oh no, he has still got it in his inventory. Looks to try and sail wide. Rat puts the brakes on as he wants to try and close the gap. Goes wide, tries to strafe to the side, making it harder to hit. If you're going across your opponent's screen, they have to not only aim but track. Rat lands the crit, but it's given back. Jonah goes blow for blow. Rat HD looking to send himself away, but they're going to try and chow down on some apples, take a break from the fight. Neither player wanting to risk it here. It's all important for that enchanted trident, but not only that, the chance to move forwards to the semi-finals and the finals as well. Jonah goes down as Rat swings on around the close terrain. Beautiful stuff as Rat brings things back from the first round. That will be our final semi-finalist decided, and we're now down to the next stage of the tournament. That's going to be Pancake. Taking on, I believe it was Iced Enderman who won the bout there in the second semi-finals, as well as Eris and, of course, Rat, as we just saw. So we're going to see 2 semi-final bouts. Again, best of 3s moving forwards. We're going to change up the loadouts just a little bit. is going to be moving into iron armor, this time with protection 2 instead of protection 1. That's going to be a little bit more damage mitigation, but with damage mitigation comes more damage. Stone swords now being put into the fray with an upgrade on the enchantment as well, sharpness 3 from sharpness 2, so we're going to be getting a little bit more damage coming into the thick of things. We'll see if those stone swords are going to be good. Not only that, but each of the bows is going to get 2 arrows this time around. So you have that second shot in the barrel if you do end up missing that first one. Could be decided by that very fact. We'll see if these contestants are ready to take things into the arena. There's also going to be a shield, which gives you the opportunity to actually block those arrows fully. We'll see if that's able to be utilized to its full effect. So a little bit more tactics potentially involved here. Do you want to try and close the ground with the shield? Do you want to try and stay at range, make them come towards you? We'll have to wait and see. Compact, I know he's not in the arena, but still wanting to be a part of the bloodshed. Fantastic stuff from you, my friend. We'll see if we can't get you an honorary shout out there. But I believe we are ready to get going with the first of the semi-finals. It's going to be Iced Enderman taking on, I believe that's Pancake over on in the western enclosure. We're going to kick things off for the first round of the semi-finals. Shields ready. We're just double checking the equipment. Arrows 2 in the quiver. We'll see who's able to take things home here. Bro team just doing final checks on our contestants. Iced Enderman lacking an arrow at the moment. And Bro team making sure everyone is ready and raring to go. Beautiful stuff from our arena manager. There's Iced Enderman eyeing up his opponent. You can see them, the death stares across the arena right now. They're trapped behind a wall, so they can't do much more than that. But we are going to be ready. Bro team, when you are ready in 3, 2, 1. Let's kick things off for the first semi-final. Only 2 of these. These are best of 3s. You can see they are donning those shields right now. Iced Enderman swings out wide. Pancake looking to try and hold it on up as the arrow's not quite able to go in. Back and forth with the damage. Both players taking some. Iced Enderman dodges an arrow from Pancake as well. And the second loose from Iced Enderman, but a nice falling crit there as the shield blocks the damage coming back. Pancake up against a wall as Iced Enderman doing his darndest with the shield to make sure he's safe, but takes a little bit of damage in response. Pancake taking a lot more, though, it has to be said, and I think he might just be able to take this one. Pinned into a corner. Pancake able to escape for now. Apples are available, but neither player has the time to be able to chow down, and Iced Enderman puts the hurt down. Pancake is slain, and Iced Enderman goes 1-0 up. Excellent stuff there. I'm going to be taking a drink of water for the for the gamers. We're going to be hydrating. Cool, refreshing. Make sure you stay hydrated. We are going to be getting into the second round between Iced Enderman and Pancake 27. Fantastic number. One of my favorite, actually. It's a prime number, if you were wondering. And of course, that means that it is only divisible by the integers 1 and itself. Nicely done, nicely done. We'll see if he's able to prime his bow in the right direction. That's a pun for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's a maths pun, and that's what we're here for. Second round, about to kick things off. 3, 2, 1. Let's get into the arena again. Starting off, we'll see if we can send it out wide. Iced Enderman again, moving down towards the commentator's booth and hopping up, shield in hand, looking to charge the arrows. 2 arrows, remember. Not going to be able to land it for Pancake, but damage found towards Iced Enderman. That's a nice strike there for Pancake. Got a lot of damage in and a little bit of an advantage. Traded back, and now it's back and forth. They're right on top of each other, so it could be anyone's game at this stage. They need to make sure that they're tracking, that they're moving, that they're going even on the damage. Pancake pinned in. Maybe a little bit difficult there to manage as Iced Enderman starting to run away now. I think he knows he's at a disadvantage. Pancake trying to run after and trying to chase. Iced Enderman chows down on an apple, manages to make it happen, but Pancake even things up, and that is what we love to see. Going even again in the semi-finals. It is 1-1 as we stand to see who's going to be able to take home the victory here in the first semi-final. Take home that nether crystal as well. A fantastic prize. It's going to allow you to build a beacon, which can give you excellent buffs when you're building, when you're mining, when you're doing pretty much anything here in the little Siha community server. So we'll see who's going to be able to take it home. Back to the enclosure they go to reload. All right. We're ready for our third and final deciding round between our two semi-finalists, Ice Enderman and Pancake. Let's head into the arena. No time like the present in 3, 2, 1. Let's kick it off. Decide who's going to be heading towards the final. Who's going to be our first contender for that netherite chest plate. A fantastic prize, if ever I did see. And a fitting prize, I have to say, for such bloodthirsty combat. Arrow loosed early for Pancake towards Iced Enderman. Tries to move around as well. Closing the distance. Pancake looking to loose it again, but not going to be able to land it. Swords now out as shields try to stop the damage. But Iced Enderman, that was rapid. Goodness me, how much damage can you pump out in a single second? For Iced Enderman, it seems to be limitless. First finalist decided. And that is going to be an Ender Crystal in his pocket as well. Congratulations, Iced Enderman. Let's get our second semi-final locked and loaded between Eris and Rat HD. Course, in the third quarterfinal that we had today, it was actually Chris versus Eris. Eris obviously coming out on top earlier on, and that was quite a passive fight. And I think that was kind of contrasted by Jonah and Rat's match. So will these conflicting playstyles sort of match up well? Who's going to be able to come out on top? Obviously, with the loadout changes, it might prove to be pretty tricky. That is a lot of tridents sunk into the sand, but you know, fair enough. It's a war-torn arena, and we'll decorate it so. The second semi-final about ready to kick off as the two contestants are locked and loaded. Rat versus Eris. We're going to start things up once everyone is ready. I believe we are ready and raring to go. 2 arrows apiece in the inventory, in the quiver, ready to get gone. And we are looking for the trident throw. I think Compact's been decorating our arena there. But let's head on into things in 3, 2, 1. And we are going to start things off for the second semi-final. The gates are open. And sneaks out the gate. Eris taking the back foot, going passive yet again. Rat will close down the grounds towards the central reservation there. Neither arrow taking damage there. And the second arrow is not finding their marks either. Now it's down to the swords, down to the blade as Rat and Eris go back and forth. A little bit of damage going either way. No one really having a clear advantage at the moment. Generally, a good indicator is if you get to see someone turn tail and run. But for now, it seems like they are just going to stay very, very close together. Shields raised. Eris trying to use it to his best advantage. Now gets that sprint on. Tries to get the apple. Ready awaiting. And Rat takes the back foot as well. Takes that opportunity to get some munch involved. And now they are back close to each other. Excellent shield usage from these two players. And this is the more passive playstyle that we saw from Chris and Eris's bout. Rat HD seems to be taking some lessons there. But Eris takes a little bit of damage, snuck through from Rat. It's given out as well. Neither player wanting to go super aggressive here. They really want that nether crystal. They really want that chance at the netherite chestplate as well. We'll see if they can secure it for themselves. Eris now turning tail again, trying to put distance between him and his opponent to eat an apple there. Rat a little bit too slow to catch it up and punish it, as Eris will be able to land a shot and a second as well onto Rat. Moves forward, but it's very, very low HP. Rat will fall, and Eris able to take the round. Beautiful stuff there coming through from Eris. And that is going to see him nice and safe. Beautiful stuff for our second semi-finals. And we are going to see that third and final round. Again, looking to try and decide things to see who's going to be in for that second much coveted spot in the finals. Reloads in the quivers. That punch 5 bow, sorry, the power 5 bow, not the punch 5. Going to be all important. And I agree, Compact does indeed. I wouldn't say he needs Jesus. I think he needs the cheeks. That's what I think we can all get behind. That's the message here. He needs the cheeks. Oh, I've just looked up. Hello, everyone. Waiting in the in the wings. Fantastic stuff there. Loving the loving the support that you guys are showing. So it's fantastic to see you all out here spending your free time watching some great fun gladiatorial combat. But I think we are ready for the next final round of this semi-final. Rat taking on Eris yet again, 2 arrows back. And they are ready to get things going. So in 3, 2, 1, the deciding round is kicking off now, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. Rat and Eris starting to move forwards. Air is actually uncharacteristically moving forwards, aggressive from actually both of these players. Around the central reservation, it's swords almost straight away. Rat and Eris go even. No arrows landed just yet. Shield raised for Eris. Trades it back onto Rat, and an arrow lands. Eris crucially takes a lot of damage there, tries to get an apple in, but Rat punishes, taking the forward foot here, a lot more active than the previous bout. And now Rat looking to try and seal the deal. Doesn't quite hit that second arrow, and Eris trying to get as many apples down his gullet as possible to heal as much as he can. And Rat not going to be able to punish that one. Takes the time to eat an apple for himself. Looks to try and get that reset, but the arrow advantage for Rat will be waning. Needs to try and take the time where he can. Take some damage from the Sword of Eris around the side again. Managing to load things up and go on close. Shields raised, waiting for the opponent. And trying to get that damage in. Blocked both back and forth. Looking to try and break through here. Timing all important. Maybe looking to put a little bit of a difference, a gap between the two. Try and distract, try and give them the old do-si-do. Shields putting a stop to the proceedings. It was very aggressive at the start here, but we're going back and forth now. As damage does start to sneak through. Both players looking to try and sneak their way around. Rat tries to go for a jump shot, but Eris smacks his ankles out from underneath him. Damage found in response. But Rat and Eris both very, very low. Taking damage now as they start to get a little bit more frisky. Rat knocked back and Eris takes some damage, but Rat taking the brunt of it. And it's Eris to clean things up here. Will be able to secure his spot in the final. And it's going to be Iced Enderman taking on Eris for that netherite chest plate. A beautiful way to close out the semi-finals. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be heading into the finals very, very shortly. And again, we're going to change up the loadouts. This time, no shields. It's going to be Dukes out, ready and raring to go. It's diamond armor this time. Protection 2 again. So it is going to be the same enchantment, but a little bit more damage mitigation there. And instead of a stone sword, that is going to be a netherite sword with sharpness 5. That is a whole heap of damage. 11 damage on a base, and 15 if you manage to land a falling critical strike. Sharpness 5, a fantastic enchantment there, and the netherite sword going to do a whole heap of damage. The bow, power 5 as was before, but this time we're adding a little bit of fire. Flame enchantment going to be on top of it as well. So if you get hit, not only do you take the damage from the arrow, you're going to take damage over time from being on fire. A very unfavorable position to be in. Not only that, but the arrow is poisoned. That means there's going to be extra ticks of damage for 11 seconds after you get struck. It won't kill you with the poison, but the fire might do the job. So maybe you want to save that for the final blow, maybe not. But you also have on both of these players a Totem of Undying. What that's going to do is keep you from dying one time. It's a single use piece of equipment. When you would die, it will remove all status effects. So it will remove that poison. However, fire is not a status effect, which means that if you are on fire, you will stay on fire. However, that's not going to be a problem because it also applies fire resistance for 40 seconds after that first revive, which means that you will not take damage from any fire sources. Regen 2 is also applied, which means you're going to heal 1 health every 25 game ticks, which is 2.5 seconds. To simplify that, when you would die, you don't die. You get a little bit of a buff, and you're ready and raring to go. And you also get 8 temporary hit points that will add on to your health total as well. So a little bit of a change up there, as well as 4 ender pearls, which will allow you to teleport to any location that you throw them in. So perhaps a little bit of shenanigery coming here in the finals, but we wouldn't have it any other way. If you're going to compete for a netherite chest plate, you've got to be, you have your wits about you, so you've got to keep your head on the swivel. Make sure those ender pearls are tracked. We'll see if these two players are going to be able to keep track of them, if anyone's going to be able to get given the slip, but we are going to get underway. The first round of the final. It is, of course, a best of 3, as we have been going for the previous rounds. And I believe we are ready. Loaded on up. Only 1 arrow of poison this time around. Only 1 arrow, so we're back down to 1. But of course, it's a little bit better with the flame and the poison. So we'll see how they're able to use it. Final is underway. The first round ready to kick off in 3, 2, 1. Let's start the proceedings as Iced Enderman out the gates. The Totems of Undying in their offhand. That's going to allow them to keep those netherite swords out, keep the bows going as well. Eris looks to load it up, wastes it early. Well, maybe not wastes, but both arrows sent flying there. As Iced Enderman actually lands his onto Eris. That's a beautiful strike there. Eris, Ender Pearls away, looking to try and stay alive. Apple will be consumed, but takes a second hit, and that's the netherite sword, remember. Iced Enderman doing a whole heap of damage. Eris, that is going to be the Totem of Undying. All of those particles spraying out. That's his first life used. Iced Enderman really putting the hurt down here. That arrow doing so much work for him. Eris now in Last Chance Saloon, looking to try and even things up, try and burn that Totem of Undying, but will it be enough? Will he be able to stave off the inevitable as Iced Enderman keeps the pressure up? That's another Ender Pearl, nearly teleporting out of the arena, but drops back down there. Eris will take another hit from that sword, that netherite sword, so damaging. A lot of DPS being pumped out, but he's able to burn the totem. And now he's going to try and look to keep the pressure on up, but of course his buffs are wearing out. From that Totem of Undying, will go blow for blow. Iced Enderman actually on the retreat now. Trying to heal up. Takes a falling damage on the back there as they go again. Blow for blow. 8 temporary hit points, lasting them quite a while. That regen from the apple as well, doing a lot of work. Eris now turns around, wants to put some distance between him and Iced Enderman, but is punished for it. Turns around into the fray as Eris takes the first fall, and Iced Enderman comes out on top. Some nice Ender Pearl usage there from Eris, but it will not be enough. That first arrow super crucial for Iced Enderman. Beautifully done there, and we are going to be getting into the second round of this best of 3. Beautiful tactics coming out from both of these players. But in the end, it was that poisonous, flame-filled arrow that really put the nail in the coffin. We'll see if the players are going to change anything up in this next bout. I want to see your support in the chat, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone else. Who are you rooting for? Who is it going to be for you guys? Is it going to be Eris or is it going to be Iced Enderman? Iced Enderman 1-0 up. I think he has a little bit of a track record as well. His semi-final bout's pretty strong. So in my personal opinion, I'm favouring Iced Enderman a little bit. But we've seen some strong play from Eris. That Ender Pearl utility usage. Brilliant stuff coming out. We didn't actually see Iced Enderman use any Ender Pearls, I don't believe, to try and give him the slip. It was just pure brute force that won the day on that first round. So, see who's going to take things home here. Of course, in a best of 3 again, which means it is match point. It's tournament point as well. I agree, Eris. He did sneak up. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens when you take to the Colosseum. It's all fair in love and war, so we are going to be underway with potentially the last round of the tournament here. This is for all the marbles, or rather, all the netherite, as it is going to be hammered into a chest plate and given to the victor. And I think we are ready. Loaded back in with an arrow of poison for both of the players. The Totems of Undying as well. We're on to match point. Iced Enderman, Eris, ready and waiting. The 2 enclosures are primed to lower the gates, and we're going to be getting in to the second round of this finals best of 3 in 3, 2, 1. Let's lower the gates. Let's let these contestants at each other. The totems reloaded. Fireball up into the sky for potentially the last time here. Iced Enderman skirts wide. Eris, will he learn from his previous mistakes? Or will Iced Enderman just be able to continue with his reign of terror? No one going close just yet. Keeping distance. Eris was a little bit more aggressive at the end of his semi-final. But this time around, he's gone back to his old passive ways. It worked out for him, to be fair, in his first bout. But Iced Enderman, a fierce competitor in his own right. Hiding around that central reservation. Arrow not going to be able to land for Eris. So now Iced with that trump card. If he can pop it off. Looks to wind on up and sails wide. So we're back to just the swords and damage sailing left and right. Not quite Going to be able to take a little bit more there. Iced Enderman in a little bit of an advantage, but it's equalized, and they are going blow for blow right now as they go back and forth. Enderpearl again for Eris to try and log that apple into the hunger bar, get a little bit of an advantage on the healing. But Iced Enderman at the moment, two hearts, sorry, a little in the advantage as he is going to try and pressure that home. Eris, though, takes the first hit. Iced Enderman on two hearts, but gets the nice healing coming through from the Totem of Undying. Eris yet to expend his. Will find it there as the Enderpearl will send him away as well. They are both healing from that regen, from that respawn. But Iced Enderman with an arrow from somewhere there. Not too sure about that one. Coming through for Iced Enderman. I believe was two arrows maybe going into the quiver there. Maybe I wasn't tracking the equipment quite right, but Eris will be on the run again. A timer ticking away. He might indeed have picked it up. Not too sure on that. Fair enough. We are getting calls of stop. We are waiting for this. We need a referee's decision here. I think the extra arrows and the throwing of stuff into the arena might have caused a little bit of an upset there. So we are going to put a halt on this second round. We're going to have to probably go for a reset here. A little bit of a pause, champ. And I think that we are going to try and go for a reset there. I agree. Stop throwing shit, please. I think that's a message we can all get behind. But we are going to take a little bit of pause. We'll wait for an official decision. And we'll see just what is going to happen there. Eris lost his sword as well. Okay, fair enough. Take a little bit of a hydration break whilst we get an official decision from our referee. Hey, I've got to say, if you drop your arrows, if you drop your sword, sorry, then I feel like, come on, you got to keep a firmer grip on your weaponry. You got to keep track of it. It despawned. No, I don't think it did. But either way, we're going to get everyone re-armored. I think we're going to go for a reset on that round by the looks of things. We will look for a referee's decision on whether or not you're allowed to use the arrows you pick up on what happened. Apparently it was a glitch that caused the sword to despawn. So we'll see if that's going to get rectified. A nice call on stop, and fair enough. You know, it's for another right chest plate. You've got to play fair. You've got to play by the rules, but please try not to throw your sword away. Just got confirmation from Broti in the chat. Of course, it is going to be only the one arrow, so you can't pick up arrows that you've previously used, or if you do, you're not allowed to use them again. That is the ruling. That's the official tournament rule. So we'll be looking out for that. Iced Enderman, Eris. I'm expecting you to play by Scout's honor in blood sports. Of course, it's very important that you are honorable. So we'll get underway shortly. The sword despawned due to a glitch for Eris, so we are going to reload on the second round. Now, just to remind everyone, Iced Enderman currently 1-0 up. It is still match point, which means that if Iced Enderman wins here, he is going to win the entire tournament. I think we're locked and loaded between these two players. Again, into match point. The reset is through. Everyone's back and going into things. Glitch, can you stop? I agree. Let's get underway in 3, 2, 1. Let's lower those barriers. Let them at each other. Fireworks into the middle. A creeper's face spawns. Iced Enderman moving forwards. Eris wants to try and dart in, but thinks better of it. Sees Iced Enderman going for the same spot and tries to reposition. Iced Enderman out wide, tries to use the cover to shimmy around right underneath the commentator's booth. He's hiding. He's trying to look for it. And Eris doesn't want to get anywhere near iced right now. We've seen the power he has in those close-up confrontations. Strafing, absolutely on point. Very, very important, as we mentioned before. If you are moving left to right, it's much harder to hit you, especially if you're in a close-range situation. Oh, hops up on over, and both arrows used, which means no more arrows should be flying. Eris takes some damage, but he gives it back towards Iced Enderman. Nicely done, nicely found, as they're going back and forth. Iced Enderman taking the brunt of the damage, though. Eris doing hella strong work right now as the Ender Pearl gets used to teleport Iced Enderman away. Will use that Totem of Undying as well. He's down to just 4 hearts there. Will tick up to 5 as the healing comes through from the Totem of Undying, but he's down again as he takes another hit. Eris yet to use that Totem. Oh no, I think it might have just been popped. No, he's still got it in hand. That's a massive advantage for Eris right now. Iced Enderman, though, healing up pretty quickly. Goes for the drop shot onto Eris. Very, very low, and that's going to be the totem used. Now, it's for time for Eris to try and keep that one going. He might still have a sword this time around, but does he have the chops to try and take Iced Enderman down? Iced Enderman continuing to put the pressure on as he's relatively close to full HP. An Ender Pearl over to the opposite side of the arena. Eris wants to use that regen as Iced Enderman continues to trek his way across. Will be found as well, as Eris now going a little bit lower at the health disadvantage, but will start to heal up. Iced Enderman has stopped healing now as well. The buff from the Totem of Undying has run out, and now they're going close quarters. Eris, Iced Enderman both losing similar amounts of HP, but Eris actually coming out on top on the sword duel. Will be looking for a little bit more. Iced Enderman teleports away with his probably final Ender Pearl there, but looking to chase. Eris finds a second, moves in close, tries to go for the kill, and will be able to find it. Eris with a beautiful comeback there, evens things up, and we are 1-1 in the finals. It's all down to this, the final round. With 1 round left to go, it will be down to this. Iced Enderman, Eris, our champions right now. Make sure you're showing your support. We're checking our competitors for weak knees, sweaty palms. Their sweaters currently in the dry cleaners, making sure that there's not a besmirching of spaghetti to be seen as the support rains through on the chat. Fantastic stuff. Eris with a beautiful round there. I have to say, excellent stuff. That final Ender Pearl was absolutely spectacular. Big fan of that. Spotted Iced Enderman across the arena, teleported in. Omae wa mo shinderu. No a chance left for you, I'm afraid. But one more totem, one more arrow. Both of these players looking to claim that netherite chestplate. Both of them already earned that nether crystal. So, fantastic stuff coming in from them. Inventories getting checked. Everyone is healed up. And we are ready to go. The final bout for the inaugural Gladiator competition here in Lawless's Coliseum. Let's see who's going to be able to take home that championship. Iced Enderman, Eris, ready and raring. Let's drop those barriers in 3, 2, 1. We're underway yet again for the final time here on the Little Sia community server. Iced Enderman closes distance. Ender Pearl close from Eris. Again, using that teleport nicely. Wants to go back and forth, but it's actually Eris who loses the majority of the HP there. A nice play. Heads up indeed, but might come back to bite him. Arrow not quite landing there, and the similar story there for Eris. Someone needs to check that. That flew into the stands. It's wood on the side, so need to be careful. Eris teleports away after taking a whole heap of damage. Beautiful stuff coming through there from Iced Enderman as Eris taken down low, looking to try and put some distance in, get those apples down, but the Ender Pearl plays are starting to come through, and that is the Totem of Undying burned for Eris. He is going to try and teleport away. Iced Enderman's totem will be burnt as well, so we're back to a actually relatively even footing here. Eris and Iced Enderman going back and forth. No arrows, just swords. One blow will find the difference between these two players. And Iced Enderman taking the majority of the damage right now. Looks like Eris continuing to put the hurt, looking for that chase as well. Apple in hand, Iced Enderman lands that hunger bar refill and looks for a little bit more regen. Both players looking to find it, but at the moment they're pretty even. Oh, a nice swing there puts Iced Enderman into the advantage. keeping him a little bit ahead, but it's so close. A single swing of the netherite sword might just do it. Eris teleports away, but he's 4 hearts down. 4 full hearts, that is. So 8 HP total. And they are going to be looking to try and push on down to see what's going on. I believe that's an Endermite in the arena. We'll see just what's going on there. But Eris does fall. An Iced Enderman will be taking it down. The Endermite from the Ender Pearl. It's fair game. And that is going to be Iced Enderman taking the championship, claiming the netherite chestplate. A beautiful victory found. Stand atop the hill from where the fireballs erupt. Our own fireball incarnate. It's Iced Enderman putting the hurt down. Beautiful championship from him. Eris, a valiant effort, but he will fall at the final hurdle. Congratulations. It's Iced Enderman. And with that, we are going to be getting underway with the prize ceremony. All contestants, please enter the arena. And let's get rid of it. That's a beautiful fireworks display there, but hang on a minute. I don't think those are some gladiators. Let's get those taken down, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take care of the zombie giants in the middle of the arena. Fantastic, Felling. All contestants, please enter the arena for the prize giving ceremony. Of course, if you were not a contestant, please vacate the arena as well. For your information, we will be loading up the brackets, making sure that's all sorted out. And after that, we're going to be getting underway with the prize giving. All right. We are ready to start the prizes. All contestants in the arena, everyone else in the stands. A fantastic bounce from everyone involved. Fantastic effort. Thank you so much for coming along and providing us with such a great spectacle, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, it's time to give out the much coveted prizes. We are going to be looking first to the quarterfinal winners. Pancake, Iced, Eris, Rat, you have all managed to win yourselves an enchanted trident. And of course, that will be going to the players who also won further rounds. So fantastic stuff. Pancake, Iced, Eris, and Rat, please step forwards to claim your prize. All right, well, seeing as you're the winners, it's going to be two of you who get the next one as well. Iced, Enderman, and Eris won your semi-finals respectively. And for that, you will be claiming the prize of an Ender Crystal. Pop it in a beacon, make some fancy lights in the sky, or give yourself some buffs. It's up to you what you do with it. Fantastic stuff. Congratulations on winning your semi-finals. Claim your prizes. And then finally, of course, the prize everyone was looking towards. There can be only one in a hard-fought victory in the final throes of it. It's down to the wire, but it was Iced Enderman, your champion. The finalist here will be taking home the netherite chestplate. Iced Enderman, claim your final prize. Congratulations to all the winners participants. I believe you're getting a participation award from Bro Team. Make sure you stick around to see just what it is. I have no idea what this is. I'll be honest. We'll see. We'll see. I'll find out along with the rest of you. Oh wow! Look at that. A grand prize indeed. A stack of poison arrows apiece. That's going to be, I believe, arrows only stacked to 16 in this version of Minecraft. So they are going to be. Oh no, they do stack to 64. Maybe I'm still living in beta 1.2, but we are going to be looking at a 64 stack of poison arrows for each of the contestants. That's going to be everybody in the arena. Congratulations. Thank you very much for joining. It's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for having me. And of course, big credit to Lawless for building this Coliseum in which we find ourselves. And of course, Bro Team for hosting this lovely server. Little Sia community. Let's keep these things going. I'd love to see it. Of course, if you want to get whitelisted on this server for more Minecraft Monday situations, I'm sure there will be plenty of shenanigans to be seen in the future. Make sure you head over. Well, you have to be a sub first of all, and head over to the Discord. You get whitelisted there. Make sure you're messaging Bro Team, and then we are going to be joining around. There's plenty of builds. There's plenty of space. When 1.17 rolls around, the cave update, we are going to be updating the map as well, which means that it is going to be all of the new ores, all of the new terrain generation involved as well. So even if you may be a little bit intimidated by the amount of stuff around spawn, there's plenty of space out further away from spawn. And if you still don't want to play, then you can wait for that 1.17 reset. So make sure you guys stick around. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for having me as well. I've been John Allen, and that is going to be all from me. Good night.